Previous video we have covered various types of Mule components, but in this video we are going to cover what is Mule event. You can see in this diagram, basically Mule event, that is combination of Mule message and variables. In turn, Mule message is also a combination of attributes and payload. So we can say Mule event is a combination of Mule message and variables, where Mule message contains attributes and payload. From the diagram we have seen a Mule message contains payload and its associated attributes, and also Mule event contains variables. Variables are Mule event metadata that you use in your flow. So there are three components of Mule, or we can say there are two components of Mule event. One is Mule message, that is collection of payload and attributes, and second one is variable. A Mule event contains core information processed by the runtime, and it travels through components inside Mule app. Basically, our Mule event contains the information that is processed by the Mule components inside our Mule app. Let me show you. You can see, as you can see in this application, there is a flow which is containing some Mule components. Through these components our Mule event travels, and these components are responsible to process the Mule event. Important point is that Mule event is immutable, so every change to an instance of a Mule event results in the creation of a new instance. Our Mule event is immutable. It means you cannot make any change to your Mule event. If you make any change to your Mule event, it will create a new Mule. It will create new instance of your event. Now the next point is event sources. So what are the event sources and what are they responsible for? A Mule event source or message source triggers the generation of a Mule event, and it dispatches that event to the flow. So basically Mule event sources are responsible to generate the Mule event, and also they are responsible to dispatch that event to your flow. There are various types of Mule event sources. One is scheduler and the second one is listener, such as HTTP listener and on new or update file components. So these are your Mule event sources. In this diagram you can see, when request comes, for an example, in this case just assume event source is HTTP listener. When request come to the HTTP listener, it generates the Mule event and send that event to our Mule flow, and that event travels through the event processors. That can be your logger, set payload, transfer message, or any other components. So that's how your Mule event is generated and make propagated into your Mule flow. Next point is, when an issue occurs in an event source, the component does not produce a Mule event. Whenever any issue occurs in your event source, it will not produce the Mule event. So what can be that issue? For an example, invalid or incorrect paths in an HTTP listener configuration prevents the creation of a Mule event. For an example, if we just suppose we have set the path hello, but we send request to any other path, then in that case also it will not generate the event source, or I can say it will not generate the event. As well as if we do not configure it properly, in that case also Mule event will not get generated. So in this video we have covered what is Mule event. So we have seen Mule event is a combination of Mule message and variable. What are the components that are responsible to generate the Mule event. Those components are scheduler, listeners, and on new or updated file components. I hope you will like the video, and that's it from my side. We'll see you in next video. Thank you.